must overcome your self-limiting beliefs, because in reality, 90% of the time, you not being able to reach a goal, it's not other people stopping you, it's not the world stopping you, it's you. 90% of the time, it's you. Because it's almost like the act of self-sabotage. We see in our mind, we see a goal. And instead of going after that goal, it's so much easier to just accept defeat before the battle has even started. There was an old man one time when I went to go get a part for my truck at the Ford dealership. And this part was not in very good supply, and I remember I said, someone should make a business creating these parts because I can't find them online. Because only Ford made that part, there was no aftermarket. And this old man that was working at the front desk of the parts counter, he had this look on his face. He said, too hard to start a business nowadays, too many regulations. And I just thought, that's such a negative state of mind. And that's why that old man is working at that Ford dealership. I bet he's had that belief his entire life. Too hard to start a business, there's too many regulations. So, from his perspective, just because there's some tape in the way, just because there's some paperwork and some small barriers to entry, that to him, it isn't worth starting that business. It was easier for him to clock into that job for almost 40 years or how long, I don't know how long he worked there, but he was old. And he was still working there when he should be retired. And when you become a certain level of like physical fitness or business, entrepreneurship, when you become a high value man or person, you'll see others that are struggling beneath you, and you just think it's so easy, like, yo, all you gotta do is this one thing and you're good, man. Like, it's like you can't understand what's holding them back, but it's them. See, I have a friend that wants to start a business, and he got work. He had someone call him. I told him it was for a detailing business. And I'm trying to teach this guy like some tips and tricks, how to start a business, like giving him pointers. I told him, I was like, hey man, post on Facebook, you know, your auto detailing services. And someone actually wanted to book with him. Someone wanted him to go detail their car. And so he told me, he was like, yeah, someone wanted me to come detail their car, but I told them to wait because I didn't have business cards. You can't imagine, I just face palmed. I was like, dude, what did you just say? Did you just turn down work, a paying customer, because you said you didn't have business cards? See, that's a self-limiting belief. Like, he doesn't feel like he's ready to go clean that car and get that money. And what's his self-limiting belief? That he doesn't have business cards, because he has some sort of belief in his mind that you need a business card in order to go charge someone money for a service. Completely false. You don't need business cards. Business card is nice to have. It works. But to go make money, to be a businessman, you don't need a business card. You don't. You can use social media. You can have them add you on Facebook, Instagram. You could just do a good job. If someone does a good job, you think if I call a plumber, that I care which plumber has a business card or the plumber that's gonna fix the fucking clogged toilet on time, quickly, for a decent price? I don't give a damn about the guy with a business card if he doesn't do a good job. I will call some dude off Craigslist if I have to, who doesn't have a business card, no logo, no like. You gotta let these self-limiting beliefs out of the way. It's like people that say they can't exercise because they don't have enough time. When you know that that's false, you have enough time to watch TikTok or YouTube, but you're saying that you don't have time to go and exercise, to go run or go to the gym or go swim or use a bicycle. So you need to overcome these self-limiting beliefs. You need to break out of the mental prison that you've built around yourself. Question all variables, question everything. This is called first principles thinking. First principles thinking is a mindset where you question all the requirements. Do you need a business card to start a business? No, you don't. Some guru might tell you that you need one, but you don't. You actually don't need it. You don't need an LLC to start a business. You need an LLC or a DBA to legally start a business. Legally. But you can just start you can start a business illegally as well. You could just only work with cash. People think that they need a logo. People think that they need this, they need that. Oh, I need a logo, I need a website, I need a business card, I need a fucking this equipment, whatever. That's another thing. People think that you need this special equipment or whatever. Yes, there's certain equipment that you'll need to do certain things, but in most cases, you don't need the fancy equipment that someone who's been in the game for a long time has. Just like a lot of people that are unemployed, these people have the biggest self-limiting beliefs. I know, bless his soul, but I have a friend, I've known several people in my life that have basically been unemployed for a long time, and they always complain, oh, well, it's because I don't have a car, I don't have my social security card, my parents lost it, I don't have my birth certificate. Bro, do you think that do you think having a birth certificate or social security stops these people that immigrate to the United States that go find a job? Do you think that, like, bro, they literally will travel thousands of miles to come here, sneak into the country, and they'll find a job. They'll find employment. But you, an American, someone born in this country, can't seem to find a job. Oh, there's always something holding you. Oh, you don't have a car. Walk. Get a bicycle. Get a bicycle or walk. You don't need a car to get to work. Carpool. I knew a guy that didn't have a car for years, for like 5 years, and he was getting to work by getting rides, by getting rides. That sounds crazy, doesn't it? But it's all about being resourceful. And you know, a lot of these people that say, they don't want to walk. They're not willing to walk. They're not willing. It's like the old man I told you about at the beginning. He's not willing to do the paperwork. He's not willing to put in the work to start a business. So he just has a coping. People are not willing to put in the work, and then they cope by saying, oh, well, I would, but I don't have this. I don't have that. I want to be a millionaire. That's my goal. That's my personal goal. I want to be financially free. And part of that is not letting self-limiting beliefs hold me back. I could say, oh, the economy's bad. I'm not a millionaire because the economy's bad. When in reality, you know why I'm not a millionaire right now? Because I have not put in the work that I need to. I could have become a millionaire a year ago, 2 years ago, if I followed the exact correct steps. Now, do I know what those steps are? No, I mean, that time has already passed, but I've accepted that people are able to become millionaires within a year, within 2 years. I've been in business for 3 years and I'm still not a millionaire. So, whatever I was doing, I could have done better. And that's a hard pill to swallow. We have to take accountability for ourselves. We have to accept that we were slacking, that. Now, don't let this get you down, hurt your confidence. Accepting responsibility gives you freedom. It gives you agency over your destiny. Because there's no more hiding from the boogeyman. There's no more hiding, oh, society's holding me back, or this is holding me back, or I would have been a millionaire if this didn't happen, if this financial thing didn't happen. No, it's my fault that I'm not a millionaire. It's my fault. And I have to accept that, and you have to accept that in order to become a better person. In order to ascend to the next level. It's like if someone was overweight. Is it their fault or is it the food's fault? Is it McDonald's fault? Of course it's not McDonald's fault. They can blame fast food for their being obese. Because fast food does cause you to become obese. But in reality, you had the option to avoid eating that fast food. It's your fault. Because you could have chose a healthier option. You could have exercised. It's like starting a business. You have the option to start a business. You have the option to not start a business. When you wake up 10 years from now and you're still working for someone else, it's not your boss's fault. It's not society's fault. It's your fault for not taking action. It's your fault for not steering your destiny in the right direction. Now, there is such thing as chance and randomness. There is bad things that happen to people that they don't deserve. There is good things that happen to people that don't deserve. A really bad person could win the lottery randomly. Someone that doesn't deserve that money can win. Someone that is a good person could have their life destroyed by something that's not even their fault. But it's up to you to choose not to be a victim. You can be a victim of circumstance, but you can choose to accept that you have agency over your own free will. And that you can be a stoic and have a stoic mindset and accept things for what they are. And then choose your path from that point forward. Even if you lose everything, even if something bad happens to you, you have the choice to get back on track, to have a positive mindset, to bounce back from disaster. There is many times in history where great men were victims of circumstance, but they took control of their situation and bounced back. Instead of accepting defeat, this is the mindset of saying, no, I'm not defeated. I'm going to turn things around and I'm going to fight. I'm going to fight for what's mine. And I'm going to fight to get back on top to an even better position from where I even was before this disaster. And guys, this works wonders, especially if you're going through hardship, especially if you're going through conflicts. You have to remember that life isn't fair and it never will be. But you should always study stoicism and selflessness and realize you have nothing to lose, really, in the end. You're here on this planet. You only have so much time, so many hours, so many days. And it's up to you to spend those days wisely. To not accept defeat. You need to fight till the very last. Never accept defeat. Never. Don't ever throw in the towel. If some bad shit, if you relapse, if you're trying to break an addiction, if you relapse, don't accept defeat. Don't accept it. Say, you know what? I made a mistake. Now it's time to bounce back. You know what? My streak ended. If you're trying to quit porn and you watched porn one day, don't accept defeat and watch porn the next day. Instead, make it a habit to bounce back from your blunders. And make it a challenge to bounce back from any blunders. They call this sparring with the universe. The universe is gonna throw punches at you. It's gonna hit you. It's gonna kick you. You're gonna get punched. You're gonna get kicked. You're gonna get thrown. You're gonna feel the pain that life is gonna throw at you. You will feel it. But it's up to you to block that next kick, to block that next punch, to throw that counterattack, to adapt. Life punched you in the face. All right, next time, train and expect that life is gonna go for your face. You can block that punch. You can weave that punch. You can train yourself to become more resilient to life's challenges. And this is a superpower. You can prepare for life's hardships. You can prepare for bad events before they happen. You can temper your mind and temper your body to accept that things aren't always going to be in your favor and make it a game to become the most resilient person that you can be. I'm gonna leave you guys with that note. I hope this helps someone out there that's going through some hard times. If you guys need to speak one-on-one, if you're stuck in a rut, if you're struggling, especially with an addiction like porn, weed, alcohol, video games, go ahead and book a call with me in the description in the comments, and we will get you back on track, and we'll talk about what's holding you back and bring a self-awareness to what you're going through. All right, later guys.